to catch. But none of the Axemen do that. They're extremely loyal to each other.
Why is that?
Well, we believe he could trace their secrets of nature back to the confraternity's original Pan-African goal to fight oppression, responsible for their creation on university campuses back in the 70s, which mirrored societies like Freemasons, by the way, as they had presence in Nigeria during the colonial era. To them, it's not just about the money. That mainly allows them to buy their ability to operate like a state within a state, like America's old mobs. It's about taking back what they think is theirs. And when you combine their brand of anti-colonial activism with religious practices that bind them together on a perceived soul level, it's hard to break that up.
Well, I think a lot of our viewers would sympathize with them if there weren't so much violence involved.
I agree, but according to them, the black man must be freed with an axe.
Okay, stop it right there. That's me earning my name legend back in the day as an enforcer, known as a butcher for the Axemen. And as you can see, old habits die hard. And that coat I'm wearing is what they call your coffin. It's given to you when you bam. And that is join the black axe or the eye at the end of an initiation ceremony is designed to make desired death so that you can be reincarnated into a strong Axeman. But quite frankly, I was getting too old for this shit.
Sentenced to serve 24 months for aggravated identity theft.
Even my now crucial position as the chairman was causing more problems than I cared for. Because while some like the treasurer from the South African zone I just saved back there, joined the eye for business connections, knowing that protection was just one call away. It was a big draw to the brotherhood.
Clap for one is a clap for all.
The worst thing about prison is that I had too much time to think about the past, which is a form of torture if it wasn't a good one. And I thought a lot about how moronic it was to seek freedom in an organization you can only escape in death. But all boys need someone to guide them, and I was no exception. And even if you're smart enough to quickly realize a bright future is not an option.
Jesus Christ, legend, we don't give them with your real name. Give a catch name, African. No, it can be my real name.
The eye will tap into your primal instinct to either survive or protect.
We heard you were planning to leave, Legend.
Well, it just wasn't for me.
I lost everything because of you. Everything. My kids, we can't eat.
It's not just weed anymore, it's drugs that kill people. And there's the prostitution, we're forcing people.
He sounds like his dad.
I'm gonna end up like his dad.
What?
Your choice, my lord. But remember, he who price must pay.
Yeah, he who price must pay.
Good. And judging by the way you're looking at us, we have a better position for you. One you only had to do for a few years before meeting up.
And I had made peace with the consequences of my choices. At least until I heard the words no Axeman wants to hear from his son.
Dad, I've joined the Black Axe.
I wasn't going to help him no matter what he did to me. When you're considered the best money counterfeiter in the world, you grow numb to the note fever.
So, what do you do for a living, son?
I make money.
How do you make money?
I make money. That's right. The note fever is what everyone around you catches when they find out that you can print money. Both my pops and son caught this lottery winning effect, and they got us all jammed up as a result. But in a rare twist of fate, they allowed my son to do his bid with me. And after seeing a true crime special on us, I was determined to make sure our story would have a different ending. So when Legend caught this fever, while I sympathized with his desire to both set a better example for his son Legacy and help him get onto a better path by printing money for the Black Axe in exchange for deaxiation of the two, they had made their choices, and I had to do what was best for me and mine, which, given Legend's reputation, I could only hope he'd understand.
Well, I understood where James was coming from, as I would have done the same thing if I were him. But I also understood that Kohofo works in mysterious ways.
You know,
and when it just so happened that the brother I was saving just so happened to be saving James Jr., who had found himself in debt with the wrong guys. James had a change of heart. Once out, with the help of a recently released James and James Jr.
Yeah, this is everything I needed to cut the paper, put it on carrier paper, take the pictures, burn the plates, mix the ink, put it together, make the strips, watermarks, everything. I run it through the press several times, create different serial numbers, the whole shebang. You're good to go. And just to get you to stop looking at me like I'm a free stripper on your 16th birthday. Legacy, take some and go slamming. But get stuff you can donate to the Salvation Army and Goodwill. With great power comes great responsibility.
Keep your hands clean, boy. I was able to secure safety pressure from the eye for both myself, my son, and our Toms, while protecting James and not revealing his identity. But I should have known my brothers would hear about what happened inside, and it wouldn't take long for them to figure out that these good-looking notes were the work of the infamous James King. As a matter of fact, they probably only accepted the deal because it was James King. You see, while butchers are feared for their punishment tactics, it is the eyes, which are spies for the Black Axe, that are the most dangerous. For despite possessing a temperament that's so soft they're virtually useless in any other role within the organization, you never know who an eye is, and it is that makes them the most feared.
Please, you gotta help him.
And as the saying goes, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. You guys watch too much John Wick. Life isn't a fairy tale where you can just storm the Eye's castle to free James.
But what they're doing is essentially slavery. You would think of all people they would value a person's life and their freedom.
No, of all people, they would know the value of a person's life in dollars, and that relationship to freedom. What do you think happens when you're taught that money is more important than your life over and over and over again, huh? And when big companies financed our military to silence dissenting voices, where do you think we got our weapons from? Decades of living under military rule have taught the cults that power and wealth were achieved by brute force. Pitilessness is a cost most valuable commodity in getting more and more power. That's why the Black Axe work to get the strongest men around. So trust me, you have to be smart about this and play by their rules, because these people love killing. and now junior. I remember your dad saying something about counterfeiting being addictive,
Yeah, it's got a higher recidivism rate than heroin addiction.
which means the authorities know this.
Yeah, the Secret Service will start watching you around 12 to 15 months or so after you get out.
Or speed up the process. I told the eye that they can get a lot more paper quicker if you help, and you'll tip the Secret Service up to the meeting.
But Dad, if we hit the black axe, won't they come after us?
Nah, this won't harm them. They have their fund organizations to cover them. Where do you think all the money goes? These are billions of dollars. We tell you, use your head. They'll act like they didn't know why James came to see them, and we'll act like we didn't know the Secret Service was coming. At least that's how it was supposed to go.
All right, everybody stop moving, stop.
Or freeze.
Yeah, freeze.
But apparently Legacy and James Jr. had other plans. Hit on top of it. Legacy, what are you doing? I knew I could stop them and take them right there. It was obvious to everyone in the room that they were scared and nervous, so I needed to shut them down before anyone else got to them.
Dad, please, just trust me.
But something inside me held me back, and it's a good thing too, because before I knew it, in walked the shock of a lifetime. The only eyeballs. Everyone in the room, including the agents, immediately recognized the powerful vigilante group the boys had recruited to help them carry out their mission. Forged in the same hateful fires as the Axemen, these men whose name meant we come in force and whose motto was we show no mercy had made it their mission to stop the terror and casualties the cults caused in their neighborhoods during ongoing turf wars for supremacy. And they were the only group that the eye feared, as they served up the same lawless and ruthless treatment the cults dished out when catching them.
You bam, my lord. Do not betray your brother in the hood.
Yes, Igijit for you, brother.
Dodos for you, brother.
Oimado for you, brother.
Lodorima for you, brother. Go, do the rima for you, brother.
No, the brothers don't kill brothers. But you see these guys, every one of them has had the father or brother or someone they loved taken from them by an axeman. Everyone.
That's the only
You may have been able to get to my father and my grandfather, but I'm a free man. We have always been free men. Permission to coup that permission that I Axeman.
Hey.
I start streaming Junior.
And from there, I watched things happen that I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams. With a host of Secret Service agents in their custody, the government forced all the major social media apps to comply with the boys' demands that they be given uninterrupted access to broadcast. And with the world's attention, the boys spoke freely. They talked to the people about historical events that created everyday fears they dealt with. Fears around money, generating it, and constantly trying to protect it.
It's fueled by a violent history that is still funded by unaccountable private corporations.
This isn't a race thing or an African thing. It affects us all.
All you have to do is follow the money, but the money starts in our hands, and there's too much blood on it.
The only way to quit paying for the sins of our fathers is to sever the umbilical cord. Stop taking their dirty money. We must not use it. Burn it, don't pay for anything with it, and don't accept it. We must find another way.
There is no scarcity, so there is no need to riot or panic.
There is no scarcity. We have enough.
There is no scarcity. We must trust that we will take care of each other.
There is no scarcity. We will find another way.
I couldn't believe my ears. People all around the world actually started doing what they were saying. It started from the lower classes and the youth of all classes, and then it trickled up. A revolution born out of the short-sighted madness characteristic of younger generations, and the bold and reckless behavior that only they can do. And unable to force people to accept something that no longer incentivized them, governments began to reorganize to accommodate their new social order founded on different values. In other words, our kids did something we, and no one before us, was able to do. They broke the chain.